Hello,
Hi, all.
we're back. We are talking about reviews today, and I'm going to say a controversial thing because I've published my own book and I read a lot of the reviews, and I did it. I'm not gonna.
And how did that work for you?
Um, Not a good idea.
No, I
So okay, so it's really not a good idea. I really don't. I don't think it's a good idea, and I advise all. And I know you do too. We advise all of our clients to not read reviews because Emily said this at one of our meetings recently, which probably wasn't
actually
recent.
think it was a long time ago, but it's really was so perfectly said and stuck with us all.
Yeah, time is fake anyway. But Emily said that reviews are for readers, not for authors. And I try to pass that along to all of my clients because I think when we put a thing out there, we just want that validation of knowing that
Yeah.
people love it. I mean, again, I can relate. I did it. We want to know that it's being received the way we wanted it to be received, that people are sharing it, that we want the good ratings on Goodreads, right? Like we want all of that.
Yeah.
However, reviews are not meant for us to internalize. I think it's great when authors encourage reviews and encourage people because there's that whole like Amazon needs a certain amount of reviews for it to be boosted into algorithms and all of that. So I like when authors encourage reviews, but there's no need for you to read them.
There's not. And I I read other reviews. So when I read finish a book on Goodreads, I like to go and read the reviews to see what other people thought of the book, especially if it was one that I didn't finish. Then I'm like, did other people actually finish this? But
Or you finish and you're like, what do I think? I don't know what I think.
right. So I do enjoy reading it, but I also, coming from an outside space and reading those reviews, I find it kind of easy to see when people's personal experience comes into the review that truthfully has nothing to do with the book. So, and I have seen, I mean, we all have, I mean, on my own clients, some terrible reviews, and some of them may have had good points, but a lot of them are really like, I didn't like this book, because I prefer cats, not dogs. Something very
Yeah.
like it's just like, well, there's nothing you can do about that. But the other thing is, if there was a really good point of this character didn't blah blah blah, and you as the author are like, there's nothing you can do about that either.
I was gonna say that. I did the same thing. So when my book came out, there was a lot of big words. It's a book about space travel. There's a lot of big words, and it's a book for kids. And there was a lot of criticism, like the words could have been smaller, things could have been easier. And I was like, well, crap, I should have done that. I should have caught that. And I think what reviews will do is put you in a loop of I can do better. I should have done better. This should have been better. And it's not as good as it could be. And it's paralyzing. It will stop you in your tracks and it's not worth it. John Green, everybody knows who John Green is, but he used to always say that the books are the readers, they're no longer mine.
Yeah, I
And
like
like you're
that a
saying,
lot.
readers come to a book with their own journey, right? And there's so many different reasons why they might love a book or might not love a book, different like nuances of preference and taste in reading. And you will not appease every single reader. So it does not matter who you are, what book you've written, there's going to be bad reviews.
And I'm going to say that good reviews are equally problematic,
Yeah.
because if you're reading a good review that everybody likes the certain thing, and you're starting to think, well, I have to do that with all my books now.
Yeah.
Now you're diluting what was so great about that book, because you're trying to write to the good reviews, which is just as wrong as writing to the bad reviews. And it's really easy once you read a review to either freeze. I mean, writer's block, right? Should be called review block. But also to try to shape your writing to make everybody happy. One of the things I say about reviews is I don't like it when I look at reviews and everybody loves something, because when it comes to a book, that to me doesn't feel true. Then it feels like somebody paid these 50 people to write really good reviews, but this isn't authentic. Versus, well, this person kind of directly contradicts this person, now I can make my own opinion about that.
What I like to tell writers too is that your reviews come before the book. Like the reviews that are meant for you come before the book publishes, right? Like they're your critique partners, your agent, your editor. all of the people that are reading the book in the industry, but also trade reviewers. Those are like, in a way, I feel like they're good for you, right? Like you're going to get them. Your marketing team is going to send them to you. They're a good way to sort of gauge what people might think of the book. But I think that's really where it should stop. And inevitably, you're going to get tagged in good reviews. You're going to get tagged in bad reviews because people do that and it's awful. So don't do that.
Weird.
You're going to come across something where you're going to read reviews. That's fine. But I think what we're getting at is you cannot like practice reading your reviews.
Don't seek them out. Don't try to do it. I used to have a client who would email me. I heard I had a review in such and such, and they were the major trade things. Can you look at it for me? And I would come back and I would be like, I looked at it. Don't read it. Carry on. And she was like, that's all I needed to know. But but I had others who just have to be honest, most of my clients have just committed to never reading reviews. And the truth is that really great books don't always, I mean, there's going to be a bad review on every book. There's going to be a good review on every book.
And I don't even know how the algorithm of those reviews and the comments work, right? So you don't even know what you're seeing up top. Like sometimes you'll get on Goodreads, you might get the people who have the most followers who are at the top. But I'm like, who cares if you have followers? It doesn't mean your taste aligns with mine. There's no like vetting. That's why I love the idea of Book Talk and BookTube, right? Like you find people who you know have your taste and you go to them for those constant recommendations. I feel like reading reviews is giving people who you don't know their taste, you're giving them insight into, not insight, you're giving them influence over your confidence and your next steps and your brainstorming, your creativity. And that's not fair to you.
No, what you need to do is trust the people on your team. The people who got you to this point where you have a published book are the people who will continue to get you there. That's your editor, your copy editor, your proofreader, your beta readers, your critique group, your agent, yourself. Trust yourself. You got to this point when so many others haven't yet got there.
And every book has fans. Does not matter what you write.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So log off Goodreads unless you're logging what you wrote, you read, and do not read reviews. Go write your next thing instead. We hope this is helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We post new videos every Wednesday, and we'll see you back here next week.
Bye.